Greetings, fellow Sling agents in the wild, and welcome back to the show. I have to say I like this new format of using interludes to bridge our seasons, and although they may seem a little shorter than our typical episode, they still retain the impact I'm looking for. It allows us to see the lives of our agents in their downtime, which is something a few of you had asked for, and giving our mythology room to breathe. And yet, it still gives the opportunity to tack on an epilogue or a prologue without shortchanging the thematic narrative of a particular season. So, let me know what you think of our interludes. Also, as many of you agents in the wild know, I primarily run homebrewed scenarios. And judging by all your responses and comments, you really like what we're putting out. So much so that we haven't played a published AP since Convergence, which is like 8 seasons ago. That being said, if there's a published AP you'd like to have the show run for a season, let me know and we'll see if we can accommodate that request. Alright, I think that covers everything for an intro. Everything that is except for let's warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 presents our final interlude installment for Borrowed Souvenirs, The Seventh Day, Part 2. Enjoy. Always worried that I'm going to forget to press record. So, too funny. We started at 9:06 with Sammy, and now we're at 10:06 with you. So cool. Well, it's been a while there, brother.
Yes, it has. It's been too long, in my opinion.
I'm going to have to read us in, and then we're going to get started on this beauty. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, with me, my hard slinger of your Tone Dog.
Hey.
The Seventh Day Interlude. Odesso, it's been 4 weeks since your time in Providence, Rhode Island. 4 weeks since dealing with Doran Dalka and all that transpired. Killing Celeste Kincaid. Killing Jules Kincaid. Killing Dalka. And then killing Dalka's offspring. But it wasn't without its damage. Nearly left you and each incapacitated. You remember watching Dalka's estate burn to a crisp. You remember seeing O'Rourke and his men try to salvage what they could and eventually leaving with a medical examiner. You eventually found your way back home. And for the most part, it's been a quiet month. Quiet in your own mind, trying to put this together, trying to think of what's been going on. And it was quiet until yesterday, when the mail came and delivered a sealed envelope with no return address. You left it closed and placed it on the desk in your office and pretended to ignore it all day long. Now tonight, just like every other night, you sit alone in your office, alone in your thoughts, bottle of Woodford on the desk, and you stare at your box of souvenirs. You glance at the sealed envelope sitting beside the box, and you wait. You're waiting for something, eager for the call you hope won't come and tell you where to go next. No respite, no rest, always moving forward, like a fire that's burning inside you. So, Paulie, tell me what you're thinking about.
I'm thinking about if I'm in too deep, if I can handle this particular lifestyle anymore. Every day it's, instead of going to sleep and waking up refreshed, it's going to sleep wondering if I'm going to get a full night's rest or if something's going to happen in the middle of the night. Could be a phone call, could be somebody breaking in, could be anything. It's never really off. It's never really 5 days on, 2 weeks off. There's no routine, there's no nothing. It could come up at any time, and it's starting to wear.
Take a pull off the bottle, neglecting even a glass at this point. And yet this sealed envelope beckons you. It's almost like it's calling to you. Open me, open me.
In one way, it's a relief. The bad news has already arrived, and now I can control when I expose myself to it. When I open that envelope and read what's inside, and I can exert a measure of control right now by not opening it.
That's an impressive insight. That's something that I don't think I thought of when I put this together, that I just assumed you to grab the envelope and open it, but like to actually say that this is the one thing when dealing with agency and all this other shit that's gone on, that I actually have control over how this information is dispersed to me, at what time. I could choose it at this point,
It's there. I can open it.
Yeah.
I can ignore it. I can continue to ignore it. It's the smallest and the only measure of control that I have.
And yet this box with all these souvenirs is a testament that eventually, no matter what, you'll make the choice to do it anyways. Whether it's picking up a call, whether it's getting an envelope on your doorstep or an email or whatever, at some point, each one of these souvenirs represent an instance where you've answered that call, that email or whatever. So at some point, no matter how long that is, there's a beginning and an end. And at the end of that, you pick up the call. You answer the email. So you could say, I'm going to defer it, but you still wind up at that point. Tell me what you do, Polly.
I take a pull off my bottle, and I decide it's time to open it. I'm ready now.
You open up the envelope and dump out its contents. As you look at it, it's a page from a day planner with a post-it note attached to it. And the day planner has 4 entries. The first entry reads, blackout date for a meeting with Dr. Dylan Spencer, head of Gamma Project for CL1, regarding the receipt and field test of NPS number 17. Location, Museum of Antiquated Sciences. The second entry reads, Long Beach Container Terminal, NPS number 17 arriving at 0600 aboard agricultural transport, the Aqua Fortune. Third entry reads, Skingenuity adhesion process to take place on NPS number 17, awaiting results. Now the fourth entry is written in a different kind of ink. Even looks to be written by a different hand, and it reads, Agricultural transport, the Aqua Fortune, San Pedro docks, tomorrow evening, slip 18. The time says 23:30, and the date specifies tonight. The post-it note, which is attached to this, appears to have been written by a hasty hand, and the writing says, The temporal field displacement device has been turned on again. Beware what you think you know. Odesso, tell me what you want to do with this information.
So something's happening tonight on the agricultural transport, the Aqua Fortune. So, the temporal device is what bothers me, because that sounds familiar, but I can't remember where it's familiar from.
You want to make a history check?
Yes, I would like to make a history check. Oh, I got those new dice. I'm very excited to use them. Check out this D20. It looks like it's
that's beautiful. That's huge.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. 33.
33. Critical
Yes.
Success.
A critical success. The Aqua Fortune is, or the temporal field displacement device is.
Was this device that you and each had been sent to the San Onofre power plant location to try to disable? It was actually off that site, but it was using a lot of the power off the power grid at weird intervals in the middle of the night. But Heisenberg believed that this had something to do with changing the past, and that the scientist that was overseeing it, Dr. Hissler, was actually Hitler's father. Well, it was never proven. You both were sent there to take this device offline. You barely got out of there with your lives. And although you did take it offline, you weren't able to meet all the criterias for disabling it completely. I think some of the information was left behind.
Yeah.
And if what this post-it note says is true, it's possible they were able to use those notes to reconstitute this device once again. Now, with the critical success, you also remember that the Aqua Fortune was the vessel that you went to in the Alaskan Sea.
Oh, yeah. We scuttled it.
Yes.
How is it still floating?
I don't know, but it's supposed to be at the San Pedro dock tonight.
Oh, being based in San Diego since he's active duty Navy, just decide, okay, all right, guess I'm driving up to Long Beach to find out what's going on.
How long do you think it'll take you to get there from your current location?
About 2 hours. Given in traffic, it's about, 8 o'clock at night, so this time of day, it shouldn't be too bad. 2.5 hours at the most.
2.5 hours, and it's about 8:30 right now, so you should have enough time to get there. So you hit the road. What are you taking with you?
My Delta Elite 10mm, loaded with those silver bullets we had discussed, in case cryptids come at me.
Okay.
Because, goddamn, that scared the hell out of me.
You really make me work for this as a handler nowadays, don't you?
Got to know your weapons. You know, like, oh, cryptids? Well, there's a solution for that. That cell phone that I still have, that Heisenberg sends. In fact, I think I'm going to give him a call.
Okay.
So I flip open the phone, press the only number that's in it.
A few moments later.
Each's number would be in there too.
Adesso.
Heisenberg, I just received a package of materials indicating that the Aqua Fortune, which I had currently believed was resting at the bottom of the Alaskan Sea, is actually now in Long Beach. And it has a blast from the past on board in the form of the temporal field from a long ago mission. Something's happening on it tonight at about 23:30, so I'm going to go check it out.
Now, I'm not authorizing this mission, Adesso. Where'd you get this information?
I thought it came from you.
I haven't sent anything out, no.
I got a page from a day planner with 4 entries in it talking about a Dr. Dylan Spencer, head of the Gamma Project for CL1. Does this sound familiar to you?
I'm familiar with CL1. I'm not familiar with this Dr. Spencer, though. No.
Are you familiar with the skin ingenuity adhesion process?
Skingenuity is something that's developed by a company called Ancestral Branches Incorporated, some kind of snake oil that they're trying to help people regrow or graft on skin that's been damaged. From all the literature that's been given my way, from my understanding, it's basically snake oil.
Got it.
Have you been in touch with each?
I have not.
Okay, don't get in touch with him, though. I want to keep this compartmentalized.
You think there's been a breach?
No, I just have him doing something else, and I don't want any cross-contamination from what he knows and what you're being given as far as intel's concerned.
I'll take a picture of this with the phone and send it to you. It was just this one page and a post-it note. The temporal displacement device is concerning. You remember how well that turned out, and the fact that the Aqua Fortune, that shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be anywhere.
Well, it should be at the bottom of the Alaskan Sea. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's, what is this, slip 18? Did you send him the picture?
I'm going to send him, yes,
Okay.
I'll send him the picture.
Okay. He takes a moment, he looks at it, he's like, some of this doesn't make any sense. The post-it note just says the temporal field displacement device has been turned on again. I don't think it has any indication that it's aboard the Aqua Fortune, but why is the Aqua Fortune still seaworthy? That doesn't make any sense.
I think that in and of itself is worth investigation. The two things may not be connected.
Well, I've got each currently at doing something up in the City of Industry and Diamond Bar. So let him be. Are you gonna You planning on going to San Pedro by yourself?
At this point, yes. I have nobody else to meet me.
Okay. Well, just go there and observe. Don't get involved with anything. Not until you at least get back to me. And if I have to, I'll see if where O'Rourke is at. Maybe I could get him out there if he's local.
Okay. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
I heard him last season.
Been a while.
All right. Well, let me do some digging on my end.
Understood.
I'll get back to you. Out.
I take a closer look at the envelope that contained all this material. Did it arrive in the post, or was it just dropped on my doorstep? Amazon, UPS?
It looks like it has a postal mark on there.
Mm-hmm. From what city?
Anaheim.
Any return address?
No.
Any other distinguishing marks on it? Like the address was handwritten, or was it typed?
It looks like it was handwritten. And when you compare the handwriting between that and the day planner, the fourth entry and the writing of the post-it note look to be from the same hand.
And it was sent to my home address.
Yes.
Paranoia is real. An unknown person's... What do I recognize the handwriting?
You could roll a forensics check, but I mean, you'd have to have sampled a lot of people's. Is it anybody in particular you're thinking it could be from?
Right, if it's somebody's handwriting I've come across.
Okay.
Like, if it's anybody I've known and, oh yeah, they send me something like, oh yeah, that looks like Bob's handwriting.
Yeah, make a forensics
like that.
check on that.
Okay, I rolled a 63.
Yeah, it's hastily written, and you're just not sure if it's anybody you might have dealt with that might have written you something, or probably, it could be a love letter from 4th grade.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'll get on the road then. Bring my trusty 10mm, my FBI credentials, pocket knife, flashlight, cell phone, darkish clothing so I don't stand out. And off we go.
You hit the road.
Just
about 2 hours later, you arrive just after about 11:15, 11:20. Made a good time. Listen to Sammy Hagar the whole way. You navigate through the San Pedro docks, and you find yourself closing in on slip 18. Ironically, most of the lights at that end of the dock are dark.
Got it.
Not as though they're burned out, though, because there's just too many in that immediate area to have all failed at the same time. While the ones servicing other ships, they seem to be brightly lit.
If we can go back for a second, for the 2 hours I was driving up there, do I figure out what NPS stands for?
No, it's definitely an acronym for something, or an anagram.
Mm-hmm. NPS.
I mean, you could figure that maybe as you were going through the streets and driving along, kind of half paying attention, you're Googling it, and it's coming up as nothing. You just can't figure it out. Whatever it is, it doesn't, if there's somebody out there to, not private sector, nighttime predator serials and so, whatever it is, nothing seems to make any sense. It's all discombobulated, at least nothing that would pertain to enough to go through all the cloak and dagger that got that day planner to you.
Does a day planner look like it came from a larger page, or is it just like one of the little small pocket day planners?
No, it looks like it probably came out of an 8x11 day planner.
Okay.
Like it was set on somebody's desk, not in somebody's pocket.
Gotcha. Anything on the back, sides, margins, anything?
No, and you can allude to the fact that this may have been the last page. Because there's nothing on the other side of it.
Yeah. What month was it from?
It doesn't have a month. It just has dates.
All right, so it's got dates on it, but not from any particular month.
No.
So hopefully this is... since I've driven 2 hours, I'm hoping it's tonight, as in this date, this month. I mean, it could be. This could be last month. It could be next month. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, the date matches today. So, like, if it's the 21st in the planner. Today is the 21st.
Got it.
So, and then when it was sent to you, it would seem as though it would run concurrent with the sense of urgency that whoever gave it to you wanted to make sure that you got it by this date.
Got it. And that leaves a whole nother set of questions unanswered. How do they know my address? How do they know who I am? If this didn't come from Heisberg, who did it come from? Well, since I'm at the end of the dock, then I don't see anything.
Actually, you're not at the end of the dock. The dock is before you. You're in the parking lot.
Beginning of the dock.
Yes.
Got it.
You could see that there's crates that sporadically line the dock that lead to a lone vessel that's berthed at the far end of it.
Got it. Can I get my car through the gate so I can drive down to the end of the dock?
No, it's blocked off.
Anybody at the gate?
Give me a luck roll with that awesome new D20.
Yeah. We'll see how it turns out. God. The first roll in a real game.
Is it the hard 20?
It is the hard 20.
The hard 20.
Okay, this is good. It's been broken in well.
There's nobody at the gate at all.
Okay. Outstanding. So I will saunter on up and get to start walking. Do I notice anything as I'm walking on the way? And does it look like, well, what I'm trying to figure out, or what I'm looking for, is something out of the ordinary. An unusual number of containers. No containers. Unusual number of personnel. No personnel. Support vehicles. Nothing. Is it just tied up at the end of the dock, isolated and alone? Or is it just like, oh no, we're just like every other ship. It's got the appropriate amount of infrastructure support or what?
Okay, well, let me fill you in with all these questions that you want to know. As you begin walking, you see that the dock stretches out. At the far end, there's a vessel. You see crates that are sporadically placed along the dock, low lit, no pedestrian traffic going around. But you do see that there are 5 men kind of standing in a loose circle looking down at something on the dock. Make an observation check.
Got it. That would be a 42. 42 under 75.
You see that each one of these men are armed and dressed in black combat clothing. And to your shock, each one of these men has a jack blade in their hand that's already extended. And they're looking down at something like a goop with metal jutting out of it on the dock.
Okay. I'm going to surreptitiously draw my pistol and approach the men.
Okay. As you begin to approach them, from behind you, you hear a soft whistle emit. And the 5 men turn towards you as their lookout signals to them. And they stand there in a crescent formation, watching you approach.
I'll slowly and deliberately take out my FBI credentials and say, FBI, what are you gentlemen doing this evening? What agency are you with?
One of the men at the pinnacle of this crescent formation triggers down his jackblade and walks towards you, holding out his hand to receive your credentials. He says, I'm Commander Marcus Razor. How'd you know to be here at this dock at this time?
Can't disclose that information. Marcus Razor, what agency are you with? That name sounds familiar to me.
I'm not able to disclose that information at this time either, Agent Adesso. As he's going back and forth with you, you notice that just beyond the men is this black puddle of goop on the dock with several pieces of ice blue metal sticking out of this ichor. And it's ironic because these pieces of ice blue metal resemble a form of armor of sorts. You know, you see like a torso cage, you see forearm gauntlets, knee and shin gauntlets, and they elicit a memory of the same ice blue metal you found in the box back at the residence of Owen Kincaid. Remember when you saw that piece of metal. This
Yeah.
stuff looks similar to that, but there's more of it here. The commander kind of looks at you and like snaps his fingers. Up here, Agent. How do you know to be here right now?
I was told to be here right now.
At this, your phone begins to vibrate in your pocket. Who told you
All
to
right.
be here, Agent?
I'll pull my phone out, take a look at it.
It says H.
If you could give me 1 minute there, Mr. Razor. And I'll step back and take the call. Deso.
Paulie, I'm going to need you to abort this mission now.
Glad to hear that. I've made contact with a gentleman by the name of Marcus Razor. He's here with a team of about 6 individuals, and they've acquired some of the material that we have an acquired taste for.
Okay. Does this have to do with Dalka?
Not clear on that yet.
Put him on, please.
Of course. I'll hand the phone to Marcus Razor. It's for you.
He looks at you and he puts his jack blade in his underarm sling and he says, "Go for Commander Razor." That's correct. ECT 57. Correct. Yeah, I was just trying to get to the bottom of that, sir. Understood. Out. He hands the phone back to you and says, "Apparently your liaison's rank supersedes my own. But we'll be in touch, Adesso." At that, the man reaches up to his right ear and touches a device there, and he speaks. "Thunder Harvest, prep for exfil." And immediately the water begins to bubble along the edge of the Aqua Fortune as you see a submersible rise up. As the men make their way towards this submersible, 2 of them stoop over and collect the metal out of the goop. Then they all jump on board.
Any way to talk to him before he gets on that submersible?
Make a luck roll.
My new D20.
Of course.
Oh, boy. I rolled a 1. No luck. It giveth and it taketh away.
What would you have asked?
I wanted to know if he had any knowledge about how the Aqua Fortune was floating, or if he could tell me anything about what that metal was. I was just going to try to talk to him, just like, dude, all right, we're on the same agency, we're all on the same team, so why are you here? What are you doing? And how is that floating? Commander Razor, a question, please. How is the Aqua Fortune floating? How is it here, if you know?
He looks back at you and says, "That's one of the reasons why we're here right now, Agent. Unfortunately, whatever this was, wanted it just as bad as we did." And he's pointing to the black ichor that's kind of seeping and drying, and it starts to give off this real putrid smell, this sickly sweet smell.
Got it. Until we meet again, I believe.
Yeah, until we meet again. He jumps on board the submersible as it begins to submerge once again, and then the water goes still, leaving you on the dock, staring at the Aqua Fortune in a full moon overhead. And I'll see you next season.
All right.
So, So the thing is that when we're playing, we don't really deal with months or dates unless they pertain to the actual scenario. Like if we need it to be cold, oh, it's, you're in the month of May, but, we never really figure in days or months or something like that unless it, if you're going to go someplace where it's really hot, we want to accentuate how hot it is. Then we'll
Yeah.
say that, you're in the month of August and you're in
Gotcha.
New Mexico. Then it makes sense to have that. It just becomes like another entity. So
Got it. Okay, cool.
thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support the show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.